your style is very full on. Why did you choose to dress as you do?
Well, it started when I was about 12. No, tell a lie. I remember my mum telling me that when I was about 3 or 4, I'd sit on her lap, and I was always fascinated with witches and blah blah blah, and I always used to say, oh, Mummy, when I grow up I'm going to dye my hair black and I'm going to have piercings and tattoos, and she was like, yeah, whatever. Didn't think it would accumulate to anything. But I don't know, it's just ever since I was a really small kid, I was always fascinated by anything that was, you know, outrageous and different, and I was always like, you know, really just fascinated, so I just like to be different.
How many piercings do you have?
22. Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Which one was the most painful?
That one.
Really?
Yeah. I passed out twice.
Oh my god. Yeah, I couldn't put myself through that. I know. You look great though.
Yeah. What kind of reaction do you get to the way that you do dress? I mean, do you dress like this all the time? If you go to Sainsbury's to get a pint of milk, do you dress like that?
Well, it kind of fluctuates in the kind of how extreme it is. Sometimes, you know, when you've got to get up for work at 6:45 in the morning, you kind of, you know, it depends on the situation and if I'm working or not, if I'm going out or so on and so forth. But as a rule, I do have pretty much the same kind of style. And the reaction that I get, it differs depending on where I am, you know, the people who, I mean, some people come up to me and they're like, oh, you look really good and blah, blah, blah. Then there's the other, you know, narrow-minded people which shout abuse at me and, you know.
Does that happen?
I've had stones thrown at me, I've had bottles thrown at me, I've been spat on. I was 14 when I was spat on. It just depends. I mean, some people are just very narrow-minded and just fear what they don't understand, so...
Crikey.
You say they fear what they don't understand. What exactly do you mean by that?
Well, when certain people look at someone like me, they kind of think that, you know, you worship the devil and sacrifice animals, which is not true. I mean, I can't speak for everyone, but I can speak for myself. That's not true. But some people just have. I've been asked so many stupid questions, like, you know, do you nail yourself to crosses? And do you sacrifice animals? And do you dance around a pentagram naked? And just stupid things that people accumulate in their own head by watching too many horror films.
And what do your family and friends make of the way you dress?
Well, all my friends pretty much, not all of them, but the majority of my friends are pretty much like me. My family, certain members of my family took a long time to get used to it. I mean, I remember when I was 12, I dyed my hair black, and my mum called my auntie Gint, and I remember I was sat across the room from my mum, and Mum said to my auntie, I've let Kate dye her hair black, and I heard my auntie scream, what have you let her do that for? And Mum just went and passed the phone to me. But, you know, after a while of, like, you know, they get used to it. I mean, it's been 8 years now, so...
Do you think you'll ever get bored of it? Do you think you'll ever decide, you know, okay, I'm 35 now, or I'm 95 now, time to stop the tattoos? Do you think you'll ever go back and...
Well, my partner's 32 this year, and he's still... you know, going strong.
So it's a way of life for you then, If you're going to go out into a skirt up here and have your cleavage out, you're going to get attention. And you can't blame people for looking.
I know, but the thing is, like, women, you know, do that for several reasons. You know, if a woman likes to wear a pair of shorts, and really her only reason for doing such is because she feels comfortable doing that, because it's hot, you know? I don't see any reason why she should say, oh my God, I can't wear this because when I go out on the street, men will whistle at me, look at me and all these things. And then, you know, I mean, why should I be restricted by what this man or people will say about me?
A line between attention, like someone just, you know, looking at you and thinking, oh, she's nice.
Yeah.
And there's a line between that and harassment. It's like I said before, I believe that if someone wants to walk around naked, then that's their prerogative, and no one has the right to touch them or, you know, look at them or speak to them in a way that they don't like. I mean, working on the helpline, for example, I hear so many excuses of kind of, oh, it was what she was wearing and stuff, and it's a case of, yeah, fair enough, look, and, you know, I've got nothing against anyone looking and you know, but when you're going to go up to someone and grab their boob just because of how they're dressed. It's a pathetic excuse
No,
to use,
it's
you know, oh, I couldn't help it, she was dressed
yeah.
so sexily. It's quite pathetic. Yeah, like I said, there's positive and there's negative. I mean, with the places that I go, it's generally, you know, full of people who are dressed like me anyway. But like walking down the street, you know, I do get people coming up to me saying, oh wow, you look really, really good, you know. I'd love to do that, but I haven't got the guts, and you know. So like I say, it is positive and negative, but it depends exactly where you are and, you know, the kind of people who you're around.
Do you think people are becoming more open-minded as the time goes on? Sort of 15 years ago.
I'd like to think that they are.
And what do you think?
No. There's people because of. I don't know. I think people are getting used to, you know, different things, but it's not necessarily making them more open-minded. I mean, when I was 12 and I first started like going out dressed like this, I was probably the only person in Kidderminster at my age who looked like me, and people were like, "Oh my God."
So what made you start then? Was it to get attention?
Oh no. It was just like I said. Ever since being a small child, I just loved, you know, the way people like me looked, and I didn't want to, you know, I didn't want to look like everyone else. I wanted to be, you know, me. I just wanted my own style, and you know, this is the style that I've chosen. I was brought up Catholic, and I don't practice it now because I think Catholicism kind of scares people away from religion. But I remember when I was a kid, whenever we had to go to church, the girls weren't allowed to wear trousers or jeans in church. We had to wear dresses and skirts, which was ridiculous because I hated wearing dresses. But yeah, it was a big thing. The girls weren't allowed to wear trousers.
Amandeep, what do you think?
It's just the conversation kind of scares me because everyone's on about like your image boosting your self-esteem, and image has never really been a thing that helps me out that much in terms of self-esteem. And I just don't understand why you need to have your image to boost your self-esteem. Because
if you look good, then you're going to be more confident. But if you look like a bag of poo, then you're not going to be very confident.
The reason you're confident is because of you're thinking about how I'm going to affect other people. You know, either they'll think I look nice, or they think I look professional, or they think I look this way. It's all based on other people. It's not actually based on yourself. So is that self-esteem really?
Well, it is.
Have you really actually got that?
Well,
because
you can look in the mirror and go, yeah, I look really good. But if you look in the mirror and you don't like the way you look, it makes you feel horrible inside.
So the point is, you should be comfortable in what you wear.